Hello again. Instead of mining off camera, this time I decided to record my first mining session in this new world I created with the channel. And whilst I'm telling you that, I'm going to tell you the story of how my high school caught on fire. Now, first off, I don't even know how to start this story over the fact that a childhood dream of mine that actually came true. You always have those conversations as a kid, and you go, imagine school burns down when we don't go to school for a whole month, you know. But instead, this actually happened to me on a random Tuesday. I think it was, I think it was, yeah, on a random Thursday. I was sitting with my friends on a Discord call, and it was almost about 10 p.m. Yeah, just around that time. And we had this conversation that we didn't really want to go to school tomorrow. So we kept having this conversation. Imagine we don't have school tomorrow, and how life would be, like 10 times better. Those dreams usually just die down just after like 10 or 20 minutes. And so ours did as well. We ended up just talking about random subjects. But I get a call from my mom at this time. She tells me, check your school email. There might be a chance school is cancelled tomorrow. I heard that for the first time, and I'm just like, nah, I doubt. My hopes were already low enough, so I just said, I mean, who told you that, and what has happened? Checked my email, there was nothing, and then I check Google Classroom, the GC, and the first post I see that was posted about a minute ago from when I started the call, and it said, "School is cancelled tomorrow. The school caught on fire." I've never been more happy in my life. I think that day I've been more happy than I am going to when I'm gonna get married. I hopped back on call with my Discord friend, and I started screaming, "Bro, you won't believe what had just come through on my desktop." I felt like Jordan Belfort. You cannot
Something
believe what
just
just
came
came
across
through
my desk,
my
John. It is
desktop.
perhaps the best thing I've seen.
And I told him the story, and he went sicko mode. I started asking other people in our school who lived nearby, did they see anything? And oh my god, the school's reception was was doing a madness. The school was burned. Like, you can't say much about it, but it's crazy. It's crazy, to think about something you wanted as a child, and then to see that in real life, and to see that in person by other people around you. It's crazy. And then we asked, so what's gonna happen afterwards? Are we gonna be off school for 1 month as my child self presumed? No, we had 1 day off school, and then the day after we had online school. And I'll tell you this: no one attended online classes. Everyone's learned their fair share of. Everyone has learned their fair share of online classing. No one was bothered for that. But as soon as that day was over, we started, wondering like what was gonna happen to the next couple of weeks. And school was back the next week. Yes, I don't believe it myself. On the videos that we saw on the school being on fire, you would assume the school must have been out for minimum 2-3 weeks. But apparently, after investigation, there was an electric fault in the heater, and the school caught on fire just on the main reception side. So the main buildings, they weren't caught on fire. So they just decided to do the next sensible thing, is to lock off the entire reception and get a hut outside of the main gate and make it and name it as a reception. I guess I lived my childhood dream for 1 day. I don't know if 1 day is more than enough to live your childhood dream, but anyway, I guess it's more than enough to call it a day for what we had expected. Going from I don't want to go to school to what the hell is happening. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you in the next one.